Morning everyone, Emily Mitchell here. Welcome to the Great Age Movement at Home Lab series in partnership with the Health Museum. It is Saturday morning and we are so excited to be here. It's cold, and so one thing I like to do when it's cold outside is to eat. Makes me feel comfortable, helps me get warm. So I'm going to be talking with you guys today. I've come on the show a couple of times, and we did a total body workout and we did an upper body workout. I'm a fitness instructor here in Houston, so obviously very passionate about moving your body. However, I am as equally passionate, if not more, about the nutrients that you put in your body. It is a growing epidemic in America. We've evolved as a society where we've gotten away from cooking our own food, whole nutrient-dense foods, to shopping at a grocery store, picking up foods that are pre-made, eating out in restaurants, which there's nothing wrong with any of that, but the way that things are processed and the hydrogenated oils that they put in, everything just ends up being really bad for your body, really bad for your heart, your brain, just your health overall. So I want to talk about not only something that will be really beneficial for your body in the long run, but something that's also easy to make. We'll make leftovers and get you cooking at home and, you know, reading some labels for when we do have to pick up some processed things at the grocery store. So without further ado, we're gonna get started with my favorite version of a black bean nacho. I don't know if you love nachos, but every time we go to the Mexican restaurants, that's usually what I go for, mostly because I like cheese and everything else stacked on top. So I'm going to talk about black beans today. And why did I choose black beans and why are they important? Well, for one reason, we talk about blood sugar regulation, especially if you're diabetic. It is all about keeping your blood sugar low. And so simple carbohydrates that are processed, have shorter chains, spike your blood sugar, you have bigger crashes, and then you end up kind of just wanting more of that food and afternoon tiredness and lulls. Not to mention, it leads you to a pre-diabetic state if you're not already in one, just to name a few. Anyways, with black beans, they are complex carbohydrates that will keep you satiated for longer and your blood sugar levels low. That is why we're going over black beans today. I have here some black beans that would be freshly made. However, you're supposed to soak them in the fridge overnight, and then they take about 2.5 hours to cook. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna show you, this is one option, and some people would say might be the best option, but not everybody has that time. So let's talk about things that are processed and easier to make. Best rule of thumb when you're looking at ingredients, because there's a lot of different kind of black beans out there, this one contains black beans, water, and salt. That's it. Seems pretty straightforward, simple enough. If you look at other cans, they might have ingredients that maybe you can't even pronounce. The best rule of thumb is if you cannot pronounce it and recognize the word, neither will your body. So stick to ingredients on the label that you understand, that you know, and that could have been grown. So probably your body is going to break them down easier. So with that being said, we're going to get started. All right, so I've got this black bean recipe. That's what we're going to cook here, and then we're just going to kind of build our nachos. So I'm going to grab a pan, and just the best kind of utensils to use is stainless steel and cast iron or covered cast iron. They're just typically BPA free, but one step at a time. Wherever you are, honor that. It's not gonna kill your meal if you don't have the right cookware. I'm definitely no professional, but I love food, and I love learning how to take care of my body. And so this is just me sharing that with you. So hope you guys enjoy. All right, so I like this black bean can too, because I notice I don't have to go find the can opener. I can just pull it right off here. And I'm actually not even gonna drain it. Whoops, I just spilled. That's okay. I'm gonna have to clean it up, so it's fine. I just dumped everything in there, even with the yummy juices. Mostly because I like all that flavor and salt that it has in it, so don't want to forego on any of that. Okay, so this calls for cumin seeds. And did I mention that nachos are amazing because we've got all these amazing ingredients. That's what we're making here. We're gonna put on the tomatoes, onions, guacamole, salsa, lettuce, all mixed in with the healthy beans, and you can make it super easy. It makes a lot of leftovers, and it's just a lot of fun. Plus, if you've got kids down the street, I mean, I don't know, my kids, actually this is nearly what we eat every Tuesday, maybe also Thursday. They don't eat a lot. I'm just gonna throw cumin seeds in here, and I don't know how much they called for, but I sort of feel like with this stuff, you just like eye it out. That's why I like cooking and not baking, because baking you have to be so precise, but cooking it's like, I don't know, sounds good. All right, okay, so next it calls for a garlic clove, and I want to show you exactly how to do this. You wanna put the clove down on the cutting board, and then you're gonna find a knife and I'm gonna put it on the flat side. I wanna preference that, don't have it up, because you wanna take the palm of your hand and just sort of smash it right here. So, and it produces aromatics, which is natural flavor. I'm gonna throw it in the pot. You might not actually wanna eat that. It's just supposed to like be flavorful. We're making nachos with a twist. Everybody's obsessed with nachos. It's like, nobody knows whether to just order them as an appetizer and eat them for dinner. Well, I'm here to tell you all of the above, all right? Okay, so what were we supposed to do next? Oh, I moved my thing, so I didn't know what I was doing. So here I have coconut oil, and I am choosing, I actually haven't opened it, so you can tell that I don't honestly cook that often. That's why I'm showing you something really quick and easy, because life is busy. I mean, I've got 2 kids. My kids are 5 and 3, and after I make them food, I don't feel like making anything else. Don't judge me, I make everyone something different every night. I mean, who can care to fight? Who can care? So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. Oh, and I got sidetracked. The coconut oil is better for you than like canola oil or vegetable oil. It's just coconut oil, comes from the coconut. Like if you were to take the coconut off the tree, smash it with a knife, I don't really recommend doing that, but because they bottle it up now, you would find literally the oil. So it's like the most natural oil that you could cook with. And you can cook with this oil, it doesn't matter the temperature. I know a lot of oils are like finicky about raising their temperature. So anyways, then we're gonna do some salt, and I always do a Celtic sea salt. I try to stay away from table salt. They have lots of different types of preservatives in them, and I try to stay away from pink salt. So really cooking with Celtic salt. You might not care, I do, it's fun. And it's fun to be healthy, right? It's fun to be healthy. Anyways, and who thought nachos could be this fancy? So then I'm going to slice up a lime. I'm just gonna cut it in half really. Oh, let me make sure that's the right. Woo! Make sure that's the right side. And I'm just gonna like, if you have a juicer, you could probably use that, but I'm just gonna use my hand, and I'm just gonna like throw some lime in there. And did I do the cilantro? No, but I am. I'm just gonna like throw some cilantro in there, and this is awesome because they're good micronutrients, and your body does not produce minerals and vitamins. We have to eat them, so you always want to throw in some stuff like this. And it can be really just as simple as garlic, salt, and cilantro to get potassium, calcium, vitamins A, D, E, P, K. Did I say P? Do we have a P? I meant potassium. Magnesium, stuff like that. All right, so I put the beans in the pot, and before I start it, I just want to do a couple exercises. So while we've got this counter space, I want you to take your feet hip distance or a little bit wider. I'm gonna step a little further back so that I can lean into the countertop. If you need to step a little closer to the counter, that's fine. I want you to take your hands wider than your chest. I'm gonna step a little further back because I want a little challenge. And I'm gonna take my elbows out wide and just do this push-up position right here. So you wanna make sure that your shoulders and your hips are lowering together. You wanna make sure that you keep your core engaged. We're just gonna do 5 more at this angle right here, and then we're gonna take it to a different angle, and we're done with push-ups. You can do it. 3 more. Last 2. And if you can, I want you to hold the next one down. 4, 3, 2, 1, you can do it. All right, all the way up. So push yourself back up to a standing position. Gain your balance, use the countertop if you need it. I'm gonna step a little further back again, or again, you can step closer to the counter for a little bit more support. And this time I'm gonna bring my hands closer to my body. So this is essentially working your tricep a little bit more. So let's just try for 10 push-ups, okay? You ready? Here we go. Here's one. Good, and you can see here how it's a tricep push-up because my elbows are just skimming my side body like this, and then I'm using my triceps to push myself back up and out. So just a different range in the upper body compared to the ones that we just did. So let's just do 3 more here. My heart rate's already coming up, feeling the burn in my muscles. Last one here, hold it as long as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, push all the way up. All right, I think it's time to start the beans. Okay, so I just put the beans on. I'm gonna give it a quick little stir. It's on high heat. So I'm gonna set my spoon right here and move very close to the pot because it's only gonna take about 2 to 4 minutes. But I am gonna set the timer for 2 to 4 minutes here, just so I make sure that I don't miss it. Oh, I've got this counter behind me and the opportunity to do some exercises. Let's go over a couple of them together. All right, just stand up straight, roll your shoulders back, and let's just start to march in place. Opposite knee, lifting them, right leg, left leg, bringing them just up to hip height or about as high as you can withstand, honoring your body wherever you're at. Let's just take this opposite hand up right overhead, help you lengthen out through the spine and work on a little core stability as you lift them right here. 4 more, good. And then you go ahead and put that arm down. Now, I want you to plant both feet. Let's do a couple squats, and I think we've got maybe about 1.5 minutes left on the beans. So we're just gonna bring our hips down, feet wider than your hips, holding onto this counter right here. You're gonna come down for a couple of squats, keeping your chest lifted. You wanna push your booty back. Your tailbone's gonna face the back wall behind you as it comes back. And you're gonna try to bring your hips down to knee height if you can, or about as low as you can get. So 4. I know the beans are getting ready. I can see them. 2 more here. And last one here. Woo, that was a good glute burn. So I'm gonna come over here to the beans. Give them another little stir right here. Go ahead and turn the heat off. And I'm just gonna let them sit right there because I'm actually not quite ready for them yet. What I am ready to do is build our nachos. So let me grab the chips, and I've got this fun little plate here. It's nice and big, whether it's just for you or sharing. Whew, I'm actually out of breath from all of those squats. Okay, so these are Siete chips, and going in theme with, you know, the best items out there to get that are processed. I love these chips because the ingredients are cassia flour, avocado oil, coconut flour, tri-seed, sea salt. Seems like I understand all of those, so probably a little better to eat than other items out there. I really like this brand, so they have a lot of different flavors. Just gonna pour them on the plates. And I saw this meme one time. I love memes, little jokes running out there on the internet, where it's like, I love nachos because they're like a taco, but they don't have their life together. They're like messy and all over the place. I don't know, I can relate sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna put our chips down first, and now I'm gonna go back and grab the beans because I want to, make sure you grab a pot holder because things can be hot. All right, the beans are ready. That's exciting. I've got my gloves for safety because I'm not really sure how hot those handles in the pot are gonna be. So I'm just gonna go over here and grab the beans and set them right down here. Okay, so my beans need to cool down for just a second, and so do we. So we've got one more exercise. Let's just do it together. You can step away from the counter or close to it if you need the support. I have my feet sort of in a straddle position. You can't see it, I know, but they're wider than my hips. You can bring them a little closer just for some stability. Sorry, I can't talk. Have both arms out right here, bringing them right outside on either side of your chest. And we're just gonna tuck our core in nice and tight, and we're just gonna lean to the left and then lean to the right. Should feel really good on your lower back too. So we'll lean to the left. We'll just sort of keep doing that and lean to the right. Then if you want to level up, you can go a little faster. Just go left to right to left to right. We'll do a couple more of these, and then we'll do one more workout for your core and then we'll move on to our nachos. Sound good? Okay, so you're gonna put your hands at your hips here. You're gonna bring your feet, if they were wide, just a little closer together. And I just want you to draw your navel in nice and tight again. Lengthen out through the spine here, shoulders out of your ears. And then just sort of tip forward, bending at your waist, keeping your legs straight. Slight bend in the knee and back up. As far down as you can come. Looking out at the ground, chin off your chest. We'll do a couple more of these. Let's do 5 of them. Let's do 5. Good. We call them good mornings. Good morning. 3, 4. You might wish it was 3, right? 3. Here we go. Last 2. And last 1. Standing all the way up. Okay, let's make some nachos. This recipe called for the beans to be mashed. And I've got this whisk. We're not sure you do that. I actually do not have a potato masher. That might surprise some of you, but I really have never mashed potatoes. I love potatoes, but I've never mashed them. My mom usually does that. I might need to learn how. Anyways, I've got this whisk from Disney World, and my daughter loves it. And actually, my daughter, I think, is gonna be the cook of the house. She loves to cook every single day. So I feel like to connect with her, we can do things like that together. So I'm gonna mash the black beans, and you don't have to do too much. And you can probably cook them for longer if you wanted to create like a refried bean scenario. But I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna mash them myself slightly and get all of that yummy juice and like bean. This is actually a workout too. I'm actually feeling a lot of burn in my forearm here. And so that can be great in the kitchen, right? Stirring it, working on your upper body strength. Okay, so now my beans are mashed, at least as much as I want to do. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can be messy like the nachos and just pour them right out on top. Some people prefer to put beans on every single chip. I don't really know what your nacho profile is, but I'm going to be messy and I'm going to pour these right out all over the chips because nachos are meant to be messy, right? And they're gonna be messy anyway, so here we go. I'm just gonna remove the whisk and I'm just gonna pour them out like so. Oh yeah, get in there. Now that garlic little kernel, what do you call it? Clove? Clove. Garlic clove just dropped in there. You don't really want to eat that. I mean, you can, some people do, but I'm gonna pull it out of there, and these are my nachos. I'm actually not sharing, so I wash my hands. Towel, got a towel. All right, here we go. Gonna wipe that off. All right, so it's all up to you how you wanna do your nachos, but I've got shredded lettuce here, just the kind I chose. You can choose any kind at the store will do. Some people like spinach, some people like leafier greens. I just like the old-fashioned way, shredded lettuce. Then I like onions, and listen, however you do your nachos is up to you. These just were some ingredients that I liked. Thought that eating the rainbow is very important, so I like a lot of color. You can get a lot more vitamins and minerals that way into your body. So it was really important to me to just sort of share the love. I also am gonna do something a little different here. I've got mozzarella cheese, and after doing a little bit of research on my own, it is a better cheese to eat for you for gut health. So thought that was really fun to know. I like mozzarella, so I'm just gonna add it on top. Almost getting at the end of our stack here. The last thing I wanna add is guacamole, and do a couple. I like to do some in every corner here, and then I mix it all together at the end. I like a lot of guacamole. So, very last thing, salsa. Even though we just put on tomatoes, you've gotta have salsa, right? There we go. Nachos. Actually, for 2, this makes a lot. And if you don't have somebody to share with, then you can just package the rest for leftovers and you're good. Okay, so we have gone over some really amazing ways on how to make yummy, healthy, quick nachos, but also how while we're waiting, and we can utilize this time in the kitchen to move our bodies. We used the counter space over here to get ourselves into some squats. We did some leg lifts. You were able to come right here using the counter space and get into some push-ups. and then end with some stretching at the end. So you can move your body at all times, anywhere. All you need is a couple minutes and a willing and ready spirit. So thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Emily Mitchell. I hope you have a happy Saturday. Make sure to visit us at thegreatage.org. I so enjoyed my time with you today, and maybe next time I'll see you for some workouts. Take care.